And hopefully Maddie is going to show, she just got a treat. So if she's a stinker, she's going to be a stinker. All right, guys. So today we're going to, you know what, Myra, I might need you to kick it off first so I can run her outside. So do you mind kicking it off? You're talking, but you're muted.
Whoa, what a day. All this adventure. Yeah, hey, good morning. Good morning, little hand waves. Yes, all right. Listen, it's always, again, I say this, and I hope you understand, I never take for granted every minute that I get to spend with you guys. I take it and cherish it. So thank you for showing your smiling faces every day. We're going to talk about willpower today. I mean, what a great word, huh? Okay, so let's just be honest. No hand raising, just be honest. When I hear the word willpower, I can tell you what I think of immediately. I do not know if I have enough willpower to stay away from that big thing of delicious sweets. Or, I mean, that's immediately what I think of. And then I got tickled when I thought that. And I thought, you know, Coach Palmer talks about loving ice cream all the time. So it's just, that's just kind of, I think, automatically where we go. But, you know, we all know that willpower is involved in more than just being strong enough to say no to food. I mean, we know that. Some of us don't do a really good job of that. I'm talking to myself. But one of the main major drains on the power of willpower, whether you have it or not, is simply brain fatigue. So think about this. When you have the weakest moment in willpower, whether it's making a decision, a business decision, whether it's about what the right food to eat, whether it's doing something with your family, when you don't have willpower to maybe say no, or even to say yes, why? Really step back and look. A lot of times we're exhausted, we're tired, you know, and it's just easy to fall into this trap. So, you know, how can we be better at maintaining our willpower? You know, and this is something we're guilty of, every one of us. Don't take on too much at one time. How many times do we say this? And we continue to do it. Try setting small, achievable goals. So to curb that sweet tooth urge, what should we do? I think drinking water helps me. I don't know about y'all, but and that's a very attainable goal. Drink a lot of water. And you'll see the willpower might be a little easier if you can just get a little goal in that perspective. Plan ahead. You know, schedule meals a week at a time. Schedule meetings out in front and get prepared for them. Scheduling meals, scheduling meetings, it's mindset. You're doing everything in the right perspective by planning ahead. Now, strengthen your willpower. Here's another thing that I really believe in this. And I have to say, I'm 60 years old and I have just now bought into this. So y'all can make fun of me for this, but meditation. Y'all, I have started doing that after I read in the mornings. Not long, because God knows, I mean, my attention span is this long and my ADD goes nuts, but y'all, it is so helpful. Try it. Try it. It can help you. And also get support from others. You know, I say a lot about what Dr. Elko says, be where your feet are, okay? But also, I think I posted the other day something that it really resonated with me, and maybe you saw it and it did you too. Take notice of when you are the happiest, who you are around. Take notice of that. Those are the kind of people we need to surround ourselves with to get a support group and can hold us accountable. Going to a gym, doing better in our eating habits, doing a better job in presentations for what we're doing in front of groups and meetings, whatever it is. Get support, establish a really strong circle. You know, the things that we struggle with the most when it comes to willpower are the things we think about the most, right? That's just a simple fact. So let me challenge you to start thinking about something else when that willpower starts getting a little weak. Willpower is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. And I think Andrea's going to talk about that a little bit more in her notes, which her message today is fabulous. But in closing, let me just say this. Research shows that willpower is more important than IQ. Did you hear that? Research shows that willpower is more important than IQ. That's why the point isn't to become smarter, but to become more self-disciplined. So think about that. Leave that with you. Outstanding time today with you. And Andrea, I'm gonna pitch it to you, sister, because you got a good one.
Well,
Love
thank
y'all.
you so much. That was great. And I need to teach Maddie some willpower. She's sitting out back, probably driving all my neighbors crazy because she's barking. So I don't know. But anyway, so willpower, what is it? The ability to control one's own actions, emotions, or urges. Like, who wouldn't want more control over themselves? You know, strong determination that allows one to do something that is difficult. You don't find willpower, you create it. But I'm going to say willpower depletes, right? It's almost like you ever like decision fatigue. Like you have to make so many decisions. And then somebody says, where do you want to go eat dinner? And you're like, I have no idea. Like I cannot make one more decision today. I have nothing for you. And I think willpower is kind of like that too, where it's something that if you are constantly having to battle yourself, you're going to cave in ways like maybe that's why we eat ice cream at the end of the day, right? Because we had willpower all day long. And the end of the day, we're like, forget it. I'm succumbing to this. So what can you do to have more willpower? That's what I'm going to talk about today. So first of all, feed your brain. So don't skip those meals. And it's, you know, it's bad for your body, right? We all know that, right? You know, if you're an intermittent faster, you have a plan. So don't skip the meals in your plan, right? You might be fasting for a certain amount of time, but when you're supposed to eat, eat. And when you're hungry, your willpower is even weaker. So just know that. And if you're having to fight something off, well, get yourself a snack so you can fight it off. 2, work on one change at a time. So if your goal is to, go to the gym 6 days a week and meditate every day, and I don't even know, like you just have like 12 things that you're trying to muscle through. Well, give yourself an action plan to maybe work on one this week, maybe even one this month, get it into your routine, and then work on adding the next one. 3, get a good night's sleep. Myra just talked about this. When our bodies are tired, like remember when you would talk to a kid and you'd kind of say, well, are you hungry? Are you angry? Are you tired? Like if they were any of those things, then you weren't going to try to change their behavior. You're going to feed them, you're going to calm them down, and you're going to put them down for a nap, right? Well, we're just big kids, right? We're all humans. So you got to take care of those basic needs before we try to expand any further. So make sure you get that good night's sleep, and then steer clear of temptation. If I know that I absolutely cannot say no to Oreo cookies, well, when I go to the grocery store, I've got to muscle through and say no that one time, so that when I come home, I'm not having to say no every single day that they're in my cupboard. So manage that temptation, set yourself up to win instead of setting yourself up to fail. Develop small but powerful habits. So good habits, once we learn them, will help us bolster our willpower, make a manageable to-do list. We talked about this the other day, that we can get enthralled with these really impressive to-do lists, but all it does is stress us out and put things before us that aren't possible. So pull back that to-do list, make it manageable, delegate the rest, take some breaks, right? Make a plan for that temptation. So if I know that Myra and I are going dancing, and I know that I cannot handle more than 2 drinks. Everybody here has seen it. Like I cannot handle more than 2. Well, I'm going to probably say, hey, Myra, we're going to have a great time tonight, But when I go to that bar for drink number 3, you slap my hand and you say no, right? You can't do it, right? Whatever it may be, make a plan, have it in your head, right? Set yourself up again for success. So if I know that I want to go to the gym this morning, I'm going to pack my bag the night before. Like I'm going to set myself up so that in the morning, I don't have to have the willpower to muscle through, to pack the bag, to get out the door. I just have to get up and grab the bag, hopefully brush my teeth and get going, right? And then remember why you're making the change that you're making, right? Maybe summer's coming. Guys, I'm talking to myself. Maybe summer's coming and none of your shorts magically fit. Like, I don't know what happened. They all shrunk over the winter. So maybe summer's coming. You got to make, like, that's why you got to stick to your plan. And then choose your reward in advance. So if I know that I'm, trying to make sure that I meditate every single day, and I've got to put that in my calendar. Well, at the end of the week, if I have a perfect week, come up with something fun that you can do to reward yourself so that you feel accomplished and that, you did it, right? Like so many times I think we muscle through and we only notice the failures. Like, is anybody else guilty of that? Like if I go to the gym 5 days, but my goal was 6, I am beating myself up. It's, I don't celebrate the 5. I'm just really mean to myself for the 6th, right? And so celebrate the 5, celebrate the wins, celebrate what you've done and watch your willpower grow. So thank you guys so much for that. Myra, that was a great message. Love each of you. We're going to have Coach back tomorrow, Coach Palmer, and should be a great, great rest of the week. So I love you guys. Have a beautiful Wednesday. Thanks for all of your patience this morning, and we'll see you back tomorrow.
Happy.
Great message.
Thank you. God bless.
Happy.
Andrea.
Thanks, ladies.
Have a great day.